It's time now for our big board. We're going to break down the morning's top stories. Dan Abrams is here to lead us off, and we're going to lead off with the story of Dipollito. She was called the Black Dahlia after she was caught on camera talking about murder for hire, and her case is now heading back to court for a retrial. But there are real concerns about whether she can get a fair day in court. And Dan, let's take a look first at the tape where she appears to pay an undercover police officer posing as a hitman to murder her husband.
He gets 2 in the head. That's it, you know, you're not going to have an option to change your mind. Even if you change your mind,
I'm positive, like 5,000% sure, like, I'm a lot tougher than what I look. I know you see me and you're like, oh, what a cute little girl, whatever.
Pretty powerful right there, Dan. And of course, she was convicted in that first trial, but it was overturned.
That's right, based on the jury being tainted. During the jury selection process in the first case, one of the jurors, prospective jurors, said something about her trying to poison her husband. The rest of the people who were sitting in the room heard it. Some of them ended up on the jury. The appellate court said that's unfair to have allowed them to serve on the jury, considering that they had heard that. Now, in this case, they're having additional jury problems. This time, they're actually trying to interview the jurors one by one, right? So they don't have that same problem. No big room, no big group, one by one. Well, it turns out this time there was a door open, apparently, in the courtroom. So all the people waiting in the hallway, the prospective jurors, it turns out could actually hear some of what was happening inside the courtroom with the judge. One of the prospective jurors tells the judge, and the judge basically is rolling his eyes saying, oh my goodness, we need to start this process again. So it's been delayed to prevent the exact sort of problem that happened the first time.
Just close the door, you don't have this problem.
And that's what they did. That's the first thing they did, is close the door.
Now, assuming they can pick a jury for this trial, what is her defense in the retrial?
Well, I think it's going to be a little bit different in the sense that she may testify this time. She didn't testify in the first case, and I think she's going to have to testify this time around. She's doing two things. Number one, she's saying she was set up by the police. And number two, she says, I thought I was part of a reality show. I didn't really mean what I said. When you see my reaction, when you hear me saying those things, that was all just a show. I was just putting it on.
It's not a reality show.
Right, and it's a tough defense, and that's why I think she's got to take the stand this time around.
All right, reality show, huh?
Right, well, quite a defense.
That's an interesting
I never
defense.
heard it before.
All right,
yeah.
well, we're gonna change gears.